Ho ho! All right, ladies and gentlemen, Swiss watch in the house. 42 millimeter Swiss watch in the house. This is a Glycine Airman GMT World Timer GL0065. Has a 22 millimeter bracelet. Green lume. Are you kidding me? Green lume. Look at the shape of the case there. Oh, look at that. You can see the rotors working in that GL293 caliber, which is based on the Swiss ETA 2893. Supposed to be silky smooth. We'll see. I don't know. Never had a Swiss watch before. Never had a Swiss movement. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. This is a very toolish watch. The Glycine Airman, I saw this on Random Rob's channel, and I said, that is a very cool watch. And the lugs are pretty long, so even though it's only 42 millimeters, it's going to play bigger on the wrist than normally you would think of for a 42. Not too big. Power reserve is 42 millimeters. Have a neurotic story to tell you about this watch. I bought this watch brand new, a different version of it called the Purist. And there's a huge difference between the Purist and the GMT World Timer. The Purist, you're reading military time. So 12 o'clock noon is 6 p.m. conventionally. This one is conventional, so it goes the hands go around the dial twice a day, like any watch. It does have a GMT on it. And what happened was I bought a brand new Purist, and I was digging it. I mean, it looks just like this. But the hour marker was 16 minutes misaligned, and I had to return it, I had to pay shipping. And so I said to myself, dude, if you buy another one of those things, you need to ask the seller, you know, to check the alignment, because it's commonly a problem. So I called the same vendor, and they said, no, we can't do that, man. It's all parceled up. We're not opening up watches and checking them for you. And I go, okay, well, thank you. So I just got my refund. I lost shipping costs, and I said to myself, you know what, man, look around, see if you can find like a used one. This was called a catch and release by the seller, and by the way, the seller knew who I was. He recognized me. That's scary. I think about 90% of the watch transactions I've had on eBay, the people said they knew me. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it's a good thing. They seem to be friendly. I don't know. They seem to be very friendly. So this gentleman said, oh, I will check the marker for you, and the hour marker is fine. And so it arrives in fine shape. I like monochromatic schemes in watches. I think there's something minimalistic about it, even though this is kind of a busy watch with the World Timer markings on it. Though the busyness of the dial is counterbalanced by the monochromatic color scheme. And you know what I also like about this watch is they did a good job with the GMT. I barely notice it, so it doesn't distract me from telling time on it. And it's very coolish. So I have 6 Seiko watches, and this is my 7th watch. It's a Swiss watch. Am I gonna keep it? Well, I have to tell you, I love the look of it. I love the wrist presence. It's a totally cool watch. Part of me wants to keep it. Part of me says, dude, this is not a Seiko. It's nice to have a non-Seiko in the mix. 7 watches isn't that bad. It's not going to ruin your life. And then the thing is, my only thing is, it competes. I don't like watches that compete with one another. Now, my Seiko Monster has a toolish vibe as well. And so I'm getting like a tool vibe with a Monster. The Monster's slightly bigger. It's 42.5 millimeters, but the lugs are smaller. It's more like 48 in the lugs, north to south. So, but I mean, I don't like it when watches compete. I don't know. It's a neurosis of mine. It's a certain neurosis of mine. And so I've got these beauties, and then to add to the complexity of the situation, I've got the tuna. So you know, I'm on the fence about keeping the Glycine. I've never had a Swiss movement before. I don't know what kind of trust I have in them in terms of maintenance. But I got the tuna too. And then a lot of you will say, McMahon, you are neurotic. Enjoy the Glycine. It's different. It's its own creature. Enjoy it for what it is. Don't tell yourself that it's competing with your tuna and your monster. It's a fine addition to your collection. Don't you love it when watch dudes, they look for other people's opinions on the internet community because they can't make up their own? I don't know. I might wear this Glycine today to work and see how I bond with it. I mean, for those of us who are always doing this catch and release, flip, 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 flip. You don't bond with a watch. You don't ever even really know if you like it or not, and that can be an issue. And so I think I should give this Glycine a chance. I'm digging the way it looks. On the other hand, as I get older, I find having more than 6 watches oppressive. Oh, come on, McMahon, oppressive. What do you got, a first world problem? Yeah, all hobbies are first world problems because hobbies are done once you've achieved all your other priorities. You study the Abraham Maslow hierarchy of needs. You fill this need and you get a little hobby, and then you've got hobby problems. Hobby problems are first world problems. Let me see if I can get you some good angles of this Airman. And the other thing that's interesting is how I can easily wear a 42, and I'm at the point now where I think the 41 millimeters would even work for me these days, and which is good because your Omega Seamaster, the old version anyway, the new one's 42. The new one's going to be pricey. I'm sure the new one's going to be over 4K. I'm sure you can get the old one for closer to 3. And I do like the Omega. I'm not a big fan of the Omega Seamaster bracelet. I mean, honestly, I've been looking at a lot of Holy Grail watches. For me, a Holy Grail watch is 3K. And 3K is a lot of money for me to buy a watch. For those of you who like a 3K watch, I have a rule about the 3K watch. If you damage your $3,000 watch, can you replace it? Or was it just a one-shot deal? Were you saving tooth and claw to get your 3K watch? And if you can replace it, then you can afford a $3,000 watch. I'm the type of dude, because of my my income, discretionary income, if I ruined a $3,000 watch, lost it, did some grave damage to it, had to spend $1,500 on it, I mean, there would be no replacement. I'm not some dude who can just replace a $3,000 watch in the next few months. So for that reason, I find it a little bit prohibitive. Though the watch dude in me can't help but think about selling off 3 or 4 of my watches and getting a $3,000 watch. I've been looking at Grand Seikos, the Omega Seamaster, and the Tudor black base steel. Now I only like one Tudor black base steel. It's 41 millimeters and it's all steel. There's no color on the bezel. There's no red. There's no blue. There's no black. It's all stainless. And those are about $2,900 from reputable sellers. And that, to me, might be the watch. But I would have to sell 3 or 4 watches, which almost would be a good thing. I mean, the idea of having 4 watches in my collection sounds like peace of mind to me. I hate choosing, man. What a first world problem. Pulling what little hair I have out of my head for a 7-watch collection. But I don't know, man. I'm on the fence about getting the Tudor black base steel because of my $3,000 rule. Can you replace it? The replacement rule. And then what are you going to do, man? Are you going to clean it in the box? Are you going to not wear it because you're so scared of doing something to it? So I mean, at this price point, I'm not afraid of wearing the watch. And I don't know how much more wrist satisfaction is the Tudor going to give me over this. Similar dimensions, similar monochromatic scheme. What if it's all in the imagination? What if it's a chimera? Let me get you that. And look at that lug, man. That lug is formidable. Lord have mercy. So I don't know, man. I'm on the fence. I definitely like smaller collections. This is the Glycine Airman, probably their most iconic watch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, off to work. Tell me what you think. Until next time, I am out.